Should the grand jury in Ferguson choose not to indict Officer Darren Wilson, all attention will shift to the demonstrators in the hope that protests remain nonviolent. But at what point does a peaceful protest cross the line? And what's the responsibility of those who take to the streets to make their voices heard? I want to play for you a video from our affiliate KTVI that will test your idea of where protesters cross the line.
What you doing here, bro? Get the out of here, man, with your coward-ass boys.
That's the voice of Bassem Masri, who streamed this video live at the time.
Coward! Straight pig out here. Straight bitch. You gotta go. Your life is in danger, homie. You better go.
Another officer faced this.
Put your hand off your gun.
Citizens surround him and chant.
Shoot! 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 I'm praying for your death. I'm praying for your death and your death and your death.
The man shooting that video and streaming it live for the whole world to see is Bassem Masri. He joins me now from Ferguson, Missouri. Mr. Masri, did you spit on a police officer?
No, I didn't. That was an expression that we use in Arabs, you know what I'm saying? Basically, it's just a sound of me being, me spitting. That's not what I was actually doing.
You've been charged with spitting on a police officer, am I right?
Yeah, they believe videos and they believe Twitter trolls before they actually look at evidence, but that'll get thrown out of court. That's cultural background.
Do you think you're helping? Do you think you're helping the situation if that's the behavior in which you're involved?
Well, you know what? I don't think we should be looking at citizens about how they react towards their public servants. It should be the other way around. Now, what you saw right there was reality TV. People are pissed off about how they're getting treated in the streets and how people are getting killed. They should be looking at that besides our reaction. We have a right to be mad. Our anger is justified. So any other narrative besides that is just people getting off the subject of justice for Von Derek Myers and Mike Brown. Other than that, I mean, there's no...
I don't buy into that. And I'm going to tell you who else I don't think...
Well, it's on you if you don't buy into it or not. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because this is our community. I don't want somebody from the outside to judge.
Mr. Masri, let me tell you who else I think doesn't buy into it, and that's Michael Brown's father. I'd like to show you. I'd like to show you, or at least allow you to listen to what he's had to say about the situation. Roll that tape.
I thank you for lifting your voices to end racial profiling and police intimidation. But hurting others or destroying property is not the answer. No matter what the grand jury decides, I do not want my son's death to be in vain.
Mr. Brown has made a plea for calm. The president has made a plea for calm. Eric Holder has made a plea for calm. And you're taunting police officers by calling them cowards, pigs, bitches, and quote unquote, I'm praying for your death. Aren't you contradicting what those three gentlemen have all asked for?
Well, that was October 9th. You know, and ever since then, I've been very calm. You know what I'm saying? That was just 3-4 minutes of me being a little bit emotional after they just killed somebody. So yeah, maybe they're taking that a little bit out of context. I respect Mr. Brown. There ain't gonna be no violence. We're taking de-escalation courses. We've been doing our part. Anytime there's anything that goes on, the police have agitated it. They're gonna have to learn how to police us. We don't have to learn how to conform to them. They serve us, we don't serve them. I don't know what people get about this, where we have to bow down to police to everything that they say. We got freedom of speech in this country, and I can push it to the limit any which way I choose. If the police don't like it, they need to change themselves.
You can't run into a theater and shout fire either. There are limits even on free speech. You can't defame someone. I have a proposal for you.
You know what? There's also a limit on gun violence, too. There's also a limit on police killing people.
Mr. Masri,
and that's what we're here for. We're not here for anything of what people got to say.
I have an idea for you, sir.
People are getting killed behind this. There's blood on the street, and you're worried about words. Come on, man.
I have an idea for you.
That's what journalists are missing right now. Why don't you go investigate something real? Why don't you go investigate something real? I spoke my mind. I'm a citizen. Why don't you worry about us getting killed? The warrants, the extortion, the limits on the Constitution they put on us. Do you worry about that, Michael? No, you worry about what I said.
No, I'm worried about facts.
I know about facts, too.
I've listened to you.
And the
facts
have been skewed since day one.
Please let me finish my thought.
I'm listening.
My thought is as follows. Why not everybody catch their breath? Allow this thing to run its course. And then when all of the evidence that was evaluated by the grand jurors get put online and we can review hundreds, thousands of pages of factual evidence, then we catch our breath, evaluate what it says, and plan what our next moves will be. Doesn't that seem like the more prudent course?
Well, you know what? You can plan your own reaction however you want. You can't tell our community how we're going to react. You know what I'm saying? This is our community and we're going to do what we feel. Now, like I've been saying, we're going to be peaceful. We've been taking de-escalation courses. We've been getting training. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't gonna be no violence. Y'all are the one that are hyping this up and making it something that is not. Over a few statements that I said over a month and a half ago. 3 minutes of me being out of line, y'all want to characterize me as some kind of demon. And that's on y'all. I don't really care. I'm living
Mr.
here.
Masri,
and people
what
know
I'm
what
saying,
I'm about.
sir, what
people
I'm
know
saying
what y'all
is
about too. So
there's
y'all
more
can go ahead and skewer what y'all want to do.
I'm going to give you my final thought, and then you can give me yours. There's more unknown in this case than there is known. I don't know how you could be rooting for an outcome when you don't know the evidence that was presented to the grand jury in this case. Go ahead, you get the final word.
I know this, that Darren Wilson shot 6 extra times and he had to. He's supposed to shoot to apprehend. We're supposed to have preservation of life in this country, not death. Anytime they shoot somebody and they kill them the first chance they get. That's not what law enforcement's supposed to do. They're supposed to protect and serve us, not to kill us. So all that other stuff you're talking is irrelevant. People are dying.
Let me tell you what's
words.
irrelevant. Irrelevant is the testimony of someone via a television camera who wanted their moment of fame. I want to see the testimony of the witnesses under oath in front of that grand jury. That's what I want to see. And I want to know the police officer's account, because we haven't even heard it.
I can believe what I want to believe. I don't care what any of them got to say. I know what happened. I know that
you know what happened.
Darren Wilson did not have to execute anybody. Darren Wilson did not have to execute anybody. He could have shot to apprehend. He didn't have to shoot to kill. That's it.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
That's a teenager.
I want to read the evidence.
That's a teenager, and he was unarmed. No, you ain't got to read the evidence. He was unarmed. His hands were up. 6 extra shots. You tell me who's guilty.
Bassem Masri. Thank you, sir.
Tell me who's guilty.
I wish I didn't have to take a quick break, but I do.